I'm Eden Amadora. I'm so happy to be with you. And we're just going live on a couple platforms. Hanging in there. Yes, I think it's happening. Okay. Ooh, getting lots of windows popping up here. How are we all feeling? Let's take a deep breath and a collective hand on the heart for a moment together. We have friends that come from all over. I'm so grateful to be with those who I'm recognizing from past calls. Good to see you. And for the new people, thank you for beaming in. It's so wonderful. And for the new people, if you've never been on one of these calls, I'd love to orient you. And I do say this almost every time. The Oracle office hours is a time to come together in the heart, in the shared space, to raise our frequency with a little loving inner alchemy, to work with the archetypes of the divine feminine. And the reason why I am here in service to this collective awareness of her presence is to bring us into more balance and harmony on the planet and back to the heart. And so we have been playing with a symbolic universe for quite a while on these calls. And what you'll notice is that even if you do not receive a direct divination, that the way archetypes work is that you'll feel resonance. You'll feel like, wow, that is speaking to me. That is medicine for me. So just stay open. And for new people, I'm going to do my best to give you a reading. And I know there's people who raise their hands and don't always get called. Just know that you're presenced, and for the next one, you'll be at the top of the queue. So for those on Facebook, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you'd come over to the Zoom room link in the comments, you can raise your hand and possibly receive a reading. So I'd love to see you here as well. Just presencing who is here. Welcome, Linen Leaf, Eden Rose, Pat, Claudette, Randy, good to see you all. Jean, welcome. Rodney, welcome. Scotty, good to see you. Lenovo, it's fun to get to see you. If you're willing to put your cameras on, there's many more friends here that are here in spirit, but I am not seeing your faces. And we have more people waiting in the waiting room. So one moment, I'm going to try to figure out how to let everybody in. My assistant is not here with me today, so we're going to take a moment. Here we go. Waiting room. All right. Let's see. Can I open it? Yes. Admit all. We have more friends coming. So let's put our hand on our heart for a moment. Go ahead, and when I say the heart, we honor this amazing physical heart. That being said, I'm talking about the center of our chest, this sacred heart, the heart within the heart chakra, the deepest heart of our essence being, right in the center. And feel this instant coming back to yourself. Closing your eyes with me, deep, deep breath. In this moment, we are connecting to the place that in ancient cultures they call like the one heart. Namaste means I honor the place in you, the place of light, of love, of peace, of truth, of infinite wisdom, all-encompassing compassion. And when you are in this place in you, and I am in this place in me, there's only one of us here. So deep breath into that place where we are all connected, and feel your own spark, precious, beautiful energy that is here to be woven, to be shared. And all you bring with you, that's the dreams and visions, the prayers, the longing, your unique way of weaving into this tapestry. You matter. We all matter together. In Africa, they have a word, Ubuntu. I am because of you. I am because of you. So breathing into that feeling of being connected. You are not alone. Lean a little bit more into your back body, bring the back heart. You can bow your chin first and breathe into the back of the heart. It's like opening any contraction there that we might feel we need to shield ourselves from this world. And in this moment, in this safe and sacred space, we breathe in and then we lift the chin and bring the crown of the head back and the front of the heart lifts, giving it a little energy with the hand of light. Leading heart first. The nature of the heart is to see interconnectedness, to recognize that we are connected. In Mayan culture, they say, In Lakesh Alakin, I am another you. So just feeling this spark that you are, and all of us from all around the world, woven by this web of golden light, this interconnectedness. This is the truth of this time on earth, that we are awakening into a more collective we, that we are seeing beyond the illusion of separation and division that seems so apparent in the little rectangles and screens from the media's propaganda. But in this moment, we recognize we are one heart, we are connected. So breathing into that place and feeling the support, the love, the connection that's available for you. One more deep breath, and then we release that hand, and I open my eyes to bow to you. And I want to show you this beautiful image behind me. There is this beautiful visionary art image of this kind of angelic, like Pachamama, this goddess that's holding this earth with so much love. And I thought this was just a wonderful image after this American holiday of Thanksgiving, and really cultivating this feeling of gratitude to be here together, to be in this miracle of a beautiful planet, a realm that we get to live on together. So my heart is very open today, as I was with family and friends and many people that I've known since I was a tiny child last night. And these elders, these wise ones, and new young ones, little ones, all like 4 generations. And we were sharing a meal, and I was struck by the blessing of the family and the soul family and the interconnectedness of all these generations, and the abundance of food that we have and the peace that we have. And my heart and my prayer was rippling out to all those who are not so fortunate. And I know that there's a lot of people that say we shouldn't even celebrate Thanksgiving because it's a day of reparation. It's a day of recognizing what was out of balance and not okay in the way that the colonialism took over this land. And I think that is necessary to lift the veil. That being said, what if every day was Thanksgiving, in the sense of really stepping through into more gratitude? My teacher, my mystery school teacher, my fairy goddess mother, Ariel Spilsbury, says, a grateful open heart is a dimensional doorway. Let's step through. Let's step through and see clearly. We've been so blinded by our left brains and comparing ourselves to others. When we are in a culture like children that grow up in Africa on the land, tribally, they do not compare and compete. They feel connected. They feel one with their brothers and sisters, their soul family. When we live close to the earth and the land, we recognize that we are connected. In our little boxes, we've been so entrained into this illusion of separation. So my heart today is inviting us to recognize and remember that I am because of you. I am because of you. I am because of you. So let's dive in. Let's pull a collective card. Yeah, Sylvia is saying the illusion of competition, the illusion of separation, the illusion of scarcity on this planet You know, one of my apprentices went to Harvard Business School. She studied marketing, and then she had an awakening experience. It took getting banged on the head really hard for her to wake up to this competition and comparison model. And she shared with me at Harvard Business School marketing, they teach how to create fear and scarcity for sales. So we've been in this system for a long time that would have us believe there's not enough and have us believe we have to hoard and not share. But this energy, this reality is we are one in the mother. We are one here. When we disconnected the divine, we took the divine out and up off the earth. I think the friend I just spoke of just came in my guest room. Yes, welcome. Alexis, is that you? I just shared about you. My beloved sister that told me about the Harvard Business School marketing to create the illusion of scarcity is here. So we're going to choose a collective card. We're going to pick from these alchemical cards. This is a beautiful deck where the archetypes of the divine feminine, 13 different faces of the divine feminine, and their sacred tools and frequencies in a geometry card, sacred geometry card, are available. Let's see, as a collective reading, what is going to be a guide for all of us. And welcome to all the new people joining. Alexis, if that is you, I hope you can let me know, because I'd love to make you my co-host. And it might be another Alexis, but if it is you, to keep an eye on who is coming in. So let me just check, because my assistant's not available today, being a holiday. Let's see if Alexis is the Alexis I think she is. All right. So we're all coming from different places. If you want to name where you're coming from, Dia Teresa is saying, kindly say again in Mayan, I am another you. In Lakesh Alakin, in Lakesh Alakin, I am another you. And in African, one of the African languages, the concept of Ubuntu is I am because of you. Yes, thank you, Sylvia. Ubuntu, I am because of you. All right, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to make you a co-host, even if you're not the Alexis I think you are. I'm trying to see if she can let people in while I'm closing my eyes. Okay, let's do this. And for those of you beaming in, come to the Zoom link. There's been so many times you've come in and caught me here, and I've been asking to see you. Come, be brave. Come to the Zoom link below and come on in. It's easy to join us. All right, ready, everyone? We're going to choose our collective card. So just breathing with me and feeling, opening to receive. That one really wants to come. Okay. Aha. We got a powerful goddess archetype called the Lady of Communion. So the Lady of Communion, oh, she's disappearing into this background. You'll see her looking like she's shooting an arrow through this crescent moon. And the goddess most closely associated with this archetype of the divine feminine that we might know and recognize is Artemis. And Artemis in her mythology was as strong and as fast as any of the male gods. She could run with the deer. She was a skillful huntress, and she was free and sovereign unto herself. And, years ago, if I would have heard the word sovereignty, I would have thought, well, a sovereign is like the ruler of a land over other people. And what what this goddess archetype is actually pointing to and inviting us into is being free and sovereign unto ourselves, spiritual sovereignty. It is to be directly connected to the divine without the need for an intermediary, a priest, a church, a temple, a rabbi, or a system. It is that ultimate self-trusting, trusting the heart, knowing moment to moment, moving from that connection within. It is where divine guidance comes directly through your gnosis. That's that inner knowing. Welcome, Yulia, come to the link, come to the Zoom with us. It'd be great to see you. So as a collective reading, picking the Lady of Communion for me is about the inner marriage. You might have not heard this phrase. In our culture, we're obsessed with romance and projecting this idealized kind of vision of the opposite, usually the opposite gender or the opposite polarity, even beyond, male, female bodies. There's this way we project our own anima or animus out of ourselves and try to find that in another human. And we project this divine love on another human, this soul love. And perhaps as an invitation to us all to feel whole and complete and connected to our own soul, where the soul is here taking up full residence in the body, and then to love unconditionally, more unconditionally. And this is not about accepting every behavior. This is about loving wholeheartedly and recognizing you are already divine, whole, and complete unto yourself. What kind of love stories would we create then? How would we move differently if we weren't reaching out of center, trying to get love in the mirror? What if we were that full flowing, overflowing cup of love? It would change everything. All the advertising and marketing would be unnecessary. It's all about fear, scarcity, and not enoughness. But when we recognize how powerful, how divine, how precious every human is, all of that starts to dissolve. Scarcity, competition, comparison, the left brain way of taking and harvesting from the earth, it all changes. So the Lady of Communion is inviting you to recognize how powerful, how absolutely responsible you are, the ability to respond from your sovereign center, choosing moment by moment from your own heart knowing. This is freedom. This is radical freedom. This changes everything in our relationships. When you're no longer enrolling someone else to tell you what's real. How many of us put people on pedestals and make them our authority, consciously or unconsciously? What is it like to let everyone off the pedestal and see them in that in Lakesh Alakin, in that I am another you, I am as much, I am as powerful, I am as special, and I am as human, as humble, and stay in the center. Humble nobility, noble humility. This is her invitation for us to see each other from that place, to recognize how sovereign we are when we listen to that inner knowing. So if this resonated for you, if you're ready to take authority figures off pedestals, to come back to your empowered knowing, she says, I intend, I empower. That's that shooting of that arrow of your dreams and visions from that kind of sovereign center. What a powerful creator or creatrix you become. This is the invitation to recognize when you are giving your power away. And one more thing about this. we've been sold a real illusion around what power is. So as you hear me say that word, let's reframe it. Power is two things: energy, raw life force energy, and choice. And beyond that, the only true power is love. Only love. So we are shifting our perception of power. We've been sold that power is control, that power means power over. But if you still have power and control in the same box, you are not free. So this is the liberating energy of true power. Aho, blessed be. I'm going to ring the bowl to that. For the one. Welcome. Come over, hun. Come to us in the Zoom room. All right, my loves. Let's dive in deeper. I know there's some with hands up already. For those who don't know how to raise your hand, if you scroll your mouse down to the bottom bar of the Zoom window, there's a little icon with a smiley face that says reactions. Hit the up arrow and you'll see the way to raise your hand. And I would like to call on people that have not gone yet, that have not received a reading yet first. So the first person in my queue is Julie. I'm seeing Julie. And Dia Therese, I told you last week you would get a reading, so you will too. Okay, hi Julie. I'm going to ask you to come on with me and unmute yourself. Can you unmute? Let's see. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Where are
Hi.
you? Where are you beaming in?
I'm actually in Harvard Square at this moment. How funny is
that is so great. Okay.
So funny.
Synchronicities abound. Confirmations from the goddess. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Is this your first time with us?
It is. It
Wonderful.
is. And I've been following you, I think, about getting your newsletter for a really long time. And I just happened to.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yay. I'm happy to meet you. Good to see you. So I'm
Nice to be with
shuffling
you.
the cards. And as I do, just for you, your precious heart, your life right now. This is, the symbolic universe beaming through the matrix of technology today for your life. And the way we've been doing it is as I slowly move my hand over the cards, you just say now or when, and then I'll stop then. Let's make sure you can see. I could even make myself bigger and then I'll pop you back on with me. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. You tell me when you're ready. Okay.
There. When?
All right. Oh, wow. We got another. It's funny. Some calls, we don't get any of the archetypal goddesses, and we've got two in a row today. So I'm going to show everyone this very powerful, very, very different frequency from the last one. This is called the Queen of Death. And I'm going to find you again so I can pop you back on with me. Let's see where Julie went. I got to look for you in my little window above. There you are. Okay. Thanks for waving. Here we are. Okay. So when I first started almost 14 years ago, this journey through all these faces, these different goddess archetypes, this was the one I was like, why do we have to do that? Like, I don't want to go there. That's like spooky Halloween. We don't like death. We don't want to go there because our ego doesn't want to die. And there's so many little deaths that we are going through constantly in life. She's the face of the mother that is nestled in like a matryoshka doll to the great mother. They're hand in hand in the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And she's asking us to trust and release. She says, I trust I release. She is the face of the goddess that is so missing in modern culture, that says rest in silence, in stillness. Let the field go fallow. Trust that under the surface, in the unknown, in the unseen, in the darkness, is where the magic actually happens. It's where those seeds of the new germinate and sprout unseen. So for those of us who tend to be driven, go mode, push, push, go, make do in their, in that collective cultural game of have to, need to, should be productive. She is the one that in our feminine power, feminine magic, actually connects us to the deeper magnetism, the deepest kind of mystery of creation under the surface, where there's no doing, where it is coming from a place beyond thought even. So for those who do not rest, and for you, Julie, I don't know if you live in this area, if you're in this world, this is asking you, how can you bring this invitation through your frequency, this beingness, when the world around you is hyper focused on do and make and go? This is the invitation for the deep feminine stillness, the void space, to be a part of your reality with trust, and for you to let go of the old identity masks and ways of doing, so that you can resurrect from the underworld some of that joy, some of that divine child innocence, some of that spark again in your life. So this is for you, love. And for all who are resonating, it's always medicine for many. So if there's anything you want to share from that, if something resonated particularly for you.
I think two pieces, the part of, I teach the medicine wheel teachings. So, and I'm currently with my group, I'm in the North, which is about being and non-doing. That's when I say, when we always are in doing, we end up in the kingdom of do-do. And so, but the last three sentences he said about reigniting the spark of joy and taking masks off, maybe, or and just, I'm in a big transition in my life. So it felt like when I put this in my calendar for today, I thought, I'm going to manifest a reading with her, and it's going to give me direct feedback about which path, or on course or off course. So very, very potent.
It's a big confirmation about your medicine wheel work and where you're sitting on the wheel right now. And I felt your eyes and your face when I talked about that joy and that resurrection after the composting of whatever identity masks are not serving you. It's that spark in the dark that it's really wonderful, because we're moving into winter solstice too. And it's that return of the light, of your North Star of joy, of what your child is like. I love this. This is my essence joy. So we're going to hold you in that, in following that North Star. Blessed be.
Thank you. Blessed you.
You're so welcome, love. So good to meet you. Bye for now. Yay, Rob. Hi, honey. Come on over. We got the Zoom link in the comments. All right. Who is next? Who would like to have a reading? I see Noelle. Have I already given you a reading? I want to make sure if it's a brand new person. Welcome, Noelle. I remember you're from Canada, right?
Yeah,
Hi.
I've followed you for years, but suddenly I'm here.
Nice to see you again. Hold on one second. Let's see. Raise your hand. I mean, not your little icon hand, but your physical hand if you're brand new. Okay, Noelle, we're going to do Tina first, and I'll come back to you. Okay? Yay. All right. Tina, come and be with me on the, good to see you, love. Where are you beaming
Hi,
from? Hi.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I'm flying into Phoenix on Monday to drive to Sedona. So I'll be near.
I leave on Wednesday to go back home to Missouri.
Okay. Well, Phoenix, and I've never been to Missouri. That's where my parents went to college. So that was in the air last night. There were all their college friends that came out in the early 70s and late 60s from Missouri.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, here we go. So this is your message from the goddess and from the symbolic universe for your life journey today. And just like our last beloved did, you just tell me when or now or there, whatever word you want to use. And I think it's easier if I take you off for a second so it's bigger, and then I'll pop you back on. Okay. So one sec, keep yourself unmuted,
Okay.
and you just let me know when. All right, here we go.
One.
Right. Woo! This is interesting and wonderful frequency card. Let me find you again and pop you back in. First, I'll show the card, Sacred Geometry. This beautiful pyramid with butterfly energy. This is very similar to the ending invitation from the Queen of Death reading. They're across the wheel from each other in the 13 moon wheel of the year. And whenever there's a direct across the wheel, we often look at that. This is all about divine child innocence. This is the card of spontaneity from the archetype of the muse, the magical muse. And the muse is the place that is saying, I play, I inspire. And in our adulting, in our lives in this world, we often think of play as frivolous, meaningless, and unnecessary when we're so programmed into the system of do, as our last person was talking about. If you only do, you end up in the do. If we forget to play, we lose that inspiration and joy. And the CIA, I think, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it was the CIA did a research around genius. And they wanted to know, like, what makes people a genius level creativity, genius level problem solving. And so they studied children, and they actually discovered that between the ages of, like, I don't know if it was 4 to 5, it was preschooling, about 90 something percent of us would be considered genius, because as we play, we become very creative with problem solving. And so children, humans, are naturally creative geniuses in their unique way. And then they couldn't quite publish publicly their findings because it made the school system look really horrible. Because when they then tested 5 to 6-year-olds, the percentage went down radically, like from 90 something percent down to like 50 something. And then 6 to 7-year-olds, even lower, 7 to 8-year-olds, even lower. So you can feel what I'm speaking about. When you've been in this mode of being a good student, being a good soldier, being a good debt pawn, we are blocking our creative genius. We're blocking that part of us that naturally knows how to solve problems. And play is inviting you back into your heart, into your creativity. So for you, I'd like to invite you to put a hand on your heart with me, just touching that precious heart. Take a deep breath and just asking yourself the question, when I was a little girl, what did I love to do? What were my passionate proclivities and natural joys? How did I play most freely and often? And this is a planting of a seed for you to weave some of this back into your life. It might look very simple. Maybe it's with color. Maybe it's with visual arts. Maybe it's with nature. So for you to remember, for you to connect to her, to bring some of this back into your life and bring that spontaneity back. See all those butterfly wings? Yes, changing woman. That's the butterfly woman, that everything is possible. She has a very sweet mantra. It brings in a little bit of that fairy magic, that energy when we were children, where we remembered, like, we're not alone here. If we're stuck in 3D, we don't believe in fairies anymore, but we can bring it back. And her mantra, I'm going to invite everyone to do this. We can bring our hands together and just bringing our inner children back to the forefront. Here, here, now, now, all things are possible. 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 And this is the mantra for your inner child and for spontaneity to come back into your heart and play into your life. So for everyone who this is medicine for, just watch where our very programmed adult brains will say, that's frivolous. Fairies aren't real. I have no time for play. And feel the rigidity of mind and the dying before we die that happens when we fall into that way of thinking. All things are possible with an open heart. All things are possible. So my love, if there's anything that resonated, or if you're just in the receptive, taking it in, you can say anything. You can just, whatever's real for you.
It might really help me in my marriage, because my marriage has kind of gone stale and my husband and I just separated.
Yeah. And I bet there was a place when you first fell in love where you opened your heart in that innocence and joy together, where you played more, where you had more creativity and play in your lives.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just be super gentle and compassionate with yourself as you take in this medicine, and continue when you wake up in the morning. And this is for all who are resonating with the reconnection to the innocent heart and to our creative, magical children, divine children. When I wake up in the morning, I put my hand on my sacred heart and I say, good morning, sunshine. I love you. I wonder what magical and unexpected things will happen today. And just connecting to her. What do you love? What do you want to do? What do you want to eat? Let's go. So finding her again and falling in love with life again. Yeah, all things are possible there.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right. Let's ring the bell for the one. Wow. Okay, we have lots of hands and we don't have a lot of hours to do this, but we're going to do a little bit. I'm going to ask you to come on now, and I'm telling myself, we're going to do quintessentialized. That means like get the gold nugget really powerfully with less time. Okay.
Well, actually, this last message could have been for me.
Well,
I remember that when I have to do that.
Yeah, maybe it was medicine for you. You can let us know if that was already like, wow, deep medicine. Then maybe it's done in the one. Do you feel that was your medicine? It could
no,
be.
It's not what I was looking for, but it's synchronistic, because I had a session this morning and I was talking about child. Anyway.
Yeah, let's see what will support this, because it's definitely part of why you came today. Yes, and Amber resonated too. And for anyone who's feeling it, put your hearts, your thumbs up, your little messages in the chat for others to feel how we are one heart. We are not alone here. Yeah, that mantra is great for everyone. All right, beloveds, here we go. For you, for your precious heart, Noel. How is your heater working? I remember one time you were having trouble, but it's okay.
Well, if it won't change, but I have a little bit of sun, and I get to know how to put the fire on the logs. Yeah. No.
Oh wait,
Like,
I'm not choosing yet. I'm just spreading. I'm spreading it
okay.
out for you. So I'm gonna make it bigger, and then you can tell me. Okay.
No, you know, I'm a rebel from the top to the other bottom. Well, around yeah, that one.
Whoa. All right. Well, this is a beautiful frequency card. Actually, no, it's a sacred tool. This is a sacred tool of the cauldron, the belly of the mother, of the great mother. And you heard me telling our first beloved who had a reading that the great mother rests at the beginning and back at the end of each cycle. We come back to the mother always. The cauldron of possibility, this cauldron of our own bodies. Every sacred tool is about embodiment. It's not outside of us. She's asking you to come into your pelvic bowl, come into your womb wisdom, come into the belly of creation, and to feel where you can surrender the mind to the belly. I had a shamanic teacher that would say, give your mind to your heart, to your womb. So that is like not just your heart, but all the way down to the cauldron of your belly, because there's deep wisdom there. And when we surrender that busyness of mind, resistance of mind, controlling with the mind, we first give it to the innocent heart, to the open, grateful heart. I don't know. And then listening deeper into the cauldron of our wisdom, into the belly wisdom. So as a tool for you, she's inviting you into that place in your meditation, into that connection, into that listening. And her words, I surrender, I receive. Feel how they go together. I surrender, I receive. There's a direct connection. When we are not in a state of surrender, we're contracted, we're hardened. We are the do-doer. We're creating the do-do of manifesting what we don't really want from resistance or control. But when we receive, when we surrender that, that's where the inspiration comes. That's where the synchronicities start happening. That's where the miracles happen, in a state of surrender. And as a tool, she's inviting you deeper into that deep belly place with breath, with stillness, with self-holding. I don't know, and I surrender. And from there, maybe that divine child innocence will bubble up. You'll birth things from there to play with, to create with. So this is your tool, beloved.
Well, thank you. The synchronicities out of this world, really. As the two questions would have been about receiving and about pelvic problems, and I just about I just about a class about how to work with the pelvis. In the midst of many other choices I could have chosen, but with a pendulum, it's the one it was telling me to do. And as I said, I had a session today about the child, and she's so my bubbly child. It's the word you used.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
always impressed.
Yeah, synchronicities abound in the heart of the goddess. I'm so glad that this resonated, and it's such a confirmation to keep working with that pelvic bowl, with that womb wisdom, with that surrendering and receiving the guidance from there for the one.
I never thought about the pelvis as being wise. That's really important.
Yes, and I know there's beings on this call that don't have a womb. That being said, we all have a womb space, that womb of creation, that womb of wisdom, the hara, the dantian. So we are remembering, like in the East, there's a lot more connection with the belly being like the second mind or even the primary mover, trusting that intuition. Thank you so much, Noelle. Bye for now. I'm going to ring the bell. Beautiful. So I'm tuning in now. I think, Tina, you had a reading already, right? So we can put your hand down? Yes. Okay. Lowering the hand. And Dia Therese, are you still here? Last time you had your hand up and we didn't get to you. I think she fell. Sometimes the line can be a little bit loosey-goosey. So Pat, beloved, your hand is up. Let's do it. And Eden, okay. We'll see if we
I'm
can.
definitely still here.
Okay. Dia Therese, you're still there. Okay, if you want to come on camera.
I am.
Let me see if I can find you.
I'm in.
Oh, there you are, sweetie. Okay, here we go. Pat will come right back. Here we go. Hi, I love your rose-colored glasses.
I see only through rose-colored glasses now, and with the double cataract surgery, I can see without glasses and with sunglasses on.
Yes.
It's absolutely astoundingly phenomenal.
Wonderful.
So,
I'm celebrating this. Celebrating clear vision. As you're in the, Dia Therese is with me in the Rainbow Body course, and we're on the third eye, which is all about seeing beyond the veil. But now you can literally in 3D also see the beauty and the color. And yes.
I can see clearly now.
Woo!
I thank you for remembering. I had not remembered what you had promised last week, but there still, it seems there were two new people that have not come forward. The two that have
Eden Rose might be a new person too. Are you willing to let her go first? Is that what you're saying, Dia?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it. Thank you, love, for your generosity of spirit, and we'll come back. Okay, let's do it. Yay! Eden, go ahead and unmute yourself. Welcome.
Thanks.
Hi, I love your name.
I love yours.
Where are you beaming in from?
UK.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Thanks for staying up. And is it like almost 9 p.m. now? It's like later, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Yeah. No, it's 8. It's 8.
It's 8. Okay. Where are you in the UK?
I'm in Hertfordshire.
Hertfordshire. Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Glastonbury earlier in the summer in August. And
nice.
I
Muddy.
I saw my beloved Charlotte Sophia. She's somewhere in the UK with you. She's here too.
Oh, nice.
Charlotte, I'm going to make you a co-host. Just in case people are trying to still come in. All right, my love. Eden, is this your first time with us?
I was in one meeting before, but you had a guest in. So this is my first time with you.
I'm so glad you're here again, and you can get a reading this time. Okay, I've been shuffling the cards for you, and we're going to fan them out, and I'll put myself bigger, and then you know what to do, and I'll pop you back on. Okay, here we go. Trying to spread them, wishing I had bigger hands. Okay, here we go.
start that one.
Oh, all right. This is another frequency card. Let me find you. Oh, let me show. It's a portal. It's a flame. It's a sacred geometry called the Vesica Pisces. And now I'm going to pop you back on and tell you much more about this and the goddess frequency, the archetype of the divine feminine. You can feel it's it's pink, it's very feminine, it's very like yoni-like, it's very sensuous. This is the archetype of the goddess of love. We know her. She's one of the archetypes that's kind of most known all over the world. There's so many faces of this goddess. Aphrodite, Venus, Inanna, Lakshmi, Lalita, many, many, many names for this frequency of the goddess of love. And she is inviting you to come back into your senses as a pathway of awakening, rather than this conditioning that we have to deny the body, deny the senses to have some kind of transcendent experience of divinity. She's inviting you to feel your embodied divinity, your sensuous embodied divinity. And the word is fulfillment. True fulfillment is of the heart, of that flame in the heart, of that burning desire, that heart's desire. We think we need things often out there in, like we've been talking about, the advertising world and the programming around never enoughness and that hungry ghost of trying to fulfill ourselves from that egoic place. And it's a never ending illusion. That being said, when you come back to your body, your real embodiment, your true sense of being here now in the heart and the desire of the heart, the fulfillment that you create from that place is profound, profound fulfillment. So she's inviting you to start to unshield your heart, to feel your heart, to listen to your heart, and to listen to your body wisdom, because she's all about the senses, remember? We live a lot up here. Most of us are leaning out of center, forward into the future, into our devices, into anxiety. And she's inviting us to bring ourselves back to this leaning back and leading with the heart. What is this compass asking? How can I find the deeper fulfillment from here? And it's very soft. So if you're particularly hard on yourself, she's inviting you to soften, soften. You can feel it in the frequency. Soften the shields of the heart. Yeah. How is that? Was there a piece, a phrase, something that resonates for you?
Yeah, embody divinity, sensuous. Those words stuck out to me. Goddess of love. I've definitely been in that place where like I've been ignoring that part of myself for so long that I totally focus on like spirituality and like everything else apart from, you know, like even I'm even pushing it away when I'm thinking about it. So yeah.
I'm glad you said it like this, because how many of us on the call are like, no, I'm focused on my spirituality, not my body. So what if we rewrite the script where it's not an either or, it is a yes and? That is that inner marriage from the collective reading. That is the above and below. That is the masculine energy and the feminine energy. The transcendent masculine spirituality is up and out of the body. And we've been entrained in thinking that's the only spirituality there is. When we marry our humanity and our divinity, our divine primal essence in the heart, in the sacred heart, we walk the way of love as love, in love. We are embodied spiritual beings. And that's what's needed on this plane. It's not about getting up and out of this place. It's about bringing those higher dimensions, those higher sublime realms, that love, that compassion, that light. In yogic culture, they call it the siddhis, the high, like master avatar superpowers. It's about bringing them here, embodying that kind of being, embodying that kind of love. So you are blessed to have a body. They say that souls are lined up all across the universe to get here. This is where it's happening. This is where it's all happening in this level where we can become enlightened through the body. So, wow, this is such a powerful blessing to reframe. I am a spiritual being and I am an embodied being. And embodiment is a path of deep spiritual wisdom in the body. So we're lifting the veil on that story. And, you know, many, many religions would have people shaming, hating, fearing, loathing the body. And in this time, this is about the whole, bringing everything together. So thank you for naming that. And if this is resonating, this is big for you and for others on the call that might have had the same thought. To be spiritual is not to be embodied, it's to transcend the body. We're flipping it. Thank you, beloved. Let's ring the bowl for you and for the one. Blessed be. Blessed be. Dear Therese, I think this is Pat. You're going to be the first reading next week if you come back, okay? Because we're running out of time. I'm going to go a little bit longer because I want to honor that you, Dear Therese, had your hand up last time. So, my love, let's listen deeply. Shuffling the cards for you. And as I'm shuffling the cards, I'm really feeling as we awaken to these divine feminine wisdom teachings through these archetypes that we're like on the front of this wave that's washing across the planet in consciousness, bringing balance, bringing harmony, bringing our hearts, bringing love to this realm. And for those of you who are really resonating and want to dive deeper into the mystery, Charlotte Sophia, I have a big ask from you, honey, because I can't multitask at this level. If you can share the link to our upcoming priestess training and year-long mysterium that's starting in January. Charlotte and I are going to be co-facilitating along with Alexis, who I spoke of earlier, and our brother Argon, this powerful year-long deep dive into the mystery together for those who are like, I am ready to dive deeper into my heart, deeper into a path of soul growth and initiation so that you can walk in this balance of divine human love on earth. Charlotte just popped it in the chat, and the link is there for you to check out the page and to apply. And there's some amazing beings applying right now. I've been speaking with people from all over. So, you know, this is the time. The gates are open. All right, dear Therese, this is your time now. Yes. Here we go. I'm going to fan them, and I'm going to put myself bigger for a moment so you can really see and choose. Remembering, everyone, that the medicine, the archetypal medicine, if it resonates, you'll feel it. It'll be an emotional feeling, goosebumps. Let's spread these out more. Okay, ready, love? Here we go.
I can't see.
Oh, they disappearing?
Someone was writing in the text in the chat, and it covers the screen. So,
Okay.
yeah, if you would start again, and I'm really feeling it. Um, there.
The one right behind that one, right?
Yeah, it's hiding, but yeah, that one.
All right, love. This is a frequency card, a sacred geometry card, and it's called the unknown. I'm going to bring you back on with me.
Mhm.
So you remember at the beginning of the call, after the collective reading, the next goddess archetype, the Queen of Death, this is her frequency card. This is that place where we relinquish control of the mind. We give it to the goddess. We step into the unknown with that heart light and only that guiding the way. It's like that you surrender to the place where we are not supposed to know. And in your wisdom in this phase of your life, and I don't even know if you were focused on one exact area of your life, it is pointing to that trust beyond all appearances, the trust in the dark, the trust in the unknown. You know, there's a wise modern day wizard that I love that created something called the Gene Keys, named Richard Rudd. And he has a saying, and I always kind of badly paraphrase it, but it's something like this: trust the doubt, trust the discomfort, trust the unknown, trust the fear. Fear is safe. Trust the whole shebang. Trust the whole shebang. So just breathing with that for a moment. Fear is safe. Wow, that does a number on our like ego mind. It's like, what? It's just a feeling. And for you, you've just been through this beautiful unveiling of your own eyes, and how much time you spent kind of in the dark and the fuzzy and the blind, and the trust that you can go into these people's hands, these loving hands of surgeons, and it would be safe. You've been through a lot with your physical body. You've been through a lot with navigating pain. And this is really this card that liberates you into trusting the whole shebang, trusting the unknown. You are held, you are loved, even in that darkness, in those times. Just holding you in that love. Blessed be.
Oh,
Aho. So beautiful. Each reading gives me just so much medicine for my own life, my own heart. Thank you so much. And for those joining on Facebook, come join us next time. We are going to be meeting next Thursday. And I want to also plant a seed before we say goodbye, that coming in December is a very powerful, special 3-day ceremony that I'm creating with other priestesses to take you through a 3-day winter solstice releasing and resurrecting ritual. We talked a lot about that archetype where we are being asked to shed and release in the dark and the unknown today. And that is so much about this time of year. The winter solstice is a powerful collective portal. So December 20th, we do a introduction, a powerful introduction at 11 a.m. The 21st, we do the long and rich ritual together. And on the 22nd, we come together in the heart and to integrate and celebrate. So I'm inviting you all to consider coming. It's going to be a really beautiful, live temple spiritual masterclass. There'll be tools to glean and a guided journey, a powerful guided meditation journey. I don't have access to that link. I don't know if you can find it, Charlotte, if you're still here, if you want to help me with that. It is on my website. It's under free offerings. You go to EdenAmadora.com. In the nav bar under free offerings, it's a live spiritual masterclass. And if you're on my mailing list, you will be sent an invitation. So this is a chance to go much deeper together, to get a taste of the mystery school work, and to really open the portal for the next cycle of our lives for the new year. In the dark of the winter, we're going to shed and release, and then we're going to come into the mother, return to the heart, to resurrect that light we spoke of as that bright North Star again. Thank you, Charlotte. There it is. Thank you, beloved. I'm so glad you could be with me and help in this way today. So Charlotte will be there. Argon will be there with me, Alexis. And it's just a wonderful journey of a 3-day live spiritual masterclass. You can follow the link and sign up. All right, I'm going to put everyone in the gallery view for me to see. Oh, loving you all so much. So good to see you. So good to be with you. Mwah. Only love. Only love. Blessings. Bye for now, everyone.